Greetings, my fellow family of the Vault. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech Doomsday Vault, Episode 2, Seed Vault. Cam, what is going on here? Oh, I'm missing steel. Am I really? Okay, so I have some steel outside, and I'm just going to include it in the area, the protective area, just so that we can grab it. In order to use it, but then I'll remove that zone afterwards. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to include the further steel, only the really close stuff. So that we're really not getting ourselves ruined by radiation. The other thing that I could be able to do for steel is mine this chunk here in the kitchen, because that will give us some pretty quick steel. And of course, they found other spots that I hadn't done. And eventually, I'll install proper walls instead of compacted steel areas. So here we go. We have wood-fire generators, and I'm probably going to need at least 3 wood-fire generators to power up hydroponics. Likely 4, I'd imagine. So I'll get all 4 of them now, if I'm going to do all benches. Do I have a tutorial on ideology? I do. And yeah, I'll want to make wood shelves in here, you're right. Although we might move away from wood fire and go to chem fuel sooner or later. So I might not rush to that. Pretty good. Having the research bench in this thoroughfare is not ideal because it keeps getting dirty. Smithing is done. Let's head for machining. So one of the issues that I'm going to run into pretty early on is I have to trade for advanced components. I didn't start with them. I don't have them, and we need some to be able to make them, right? Because you need them for a fabrication bench. So that is going to be a little bit of a bottleneck that we're going to face early on, and we're going to need gas masks to protect us for when we go on the overland. We're going to be restricted to what we're allowed to do in the poison for role-playing reasons. So these are built, and as soon as I get the rest of the wood-fire generators, I will fire it up and give it a whirl. Alright, the other thing I'm going to do is to continue this corridor, because that will help to speed up traveling around down here. There we go. So Sapo, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take one of this shelf here that's already full of wood, and we're not going to bring the wood down with us, but I'm going to move one of these shelves down and make sure to fill it full of wood. All right. Looking good. Tech Noir, let's move your bench down. And then the other thing I need to do is to actually home zone areas, because mining out tunnels doesn't automatically add it to a home zone. Did Vanilla RimWorld adopt some sort of deep storage? It did. Now you can put things into shelves and it stacks up to 3. The only things that won't stack are minifiables, like uninstalled furniture and large corpses. There might be one other thing that doesn't stack either, but I believe that's the list. Okay, we must have put like one wood in there. Let's go ahead and... Oh, Cam's already hauling. Cool. So we're getting our generators online soon to deal with the power outages. Oh, this should be wood. Just wood. I can see the mistake there. I hadn't force designated. Am I planning on using smooth surfaces? I'm planning on using smooth walls when possible, because they're free. And I'm going to be building flooring. The reason I'm building flooring is you can't dye smooth floors. And I would like to color our base. I would like to try to have it be pastel blue and yellow. As a homage to a certain series that you all might know. So, if I can mimic Fallout colors, that's what I'm aiming for. So there we go. Now we have a bit of a main artery corridor here. And I'll start digging towards where the bedrooms are going to be. And it looks like we just got all of the lovely... Ooh, actually, that has to stay there. All the lovely power generation done. So I'm going to add a few more batteries. Of course, this is a super flammable room, and it's going to generate a lot of heat. But heat isn't necessarily a bad thing, considering it's August right now, and it's pretty cold out. Hey, buddy. Hello? Hello? You have to look alive. They're gonna think you died. Jesus, don't give me a heart attack, man. Yo, that's just rude. If he's sleeping, let him sleep. He'll be covered in peanuts if I do that. He'll look real weird. All right, so this lab is a little bit cleaner now, which is good. And it's illuminated, which is really good. So the plan here is to put food in here. I'm eventually going to use shelving, now that shelving is available. We're going to be civilized, now that shelving's more... Excuse me. Now that shelving is more efficient, I'll actually bother to use it. Previously, I never really bothered to use shelving because it's not necessary. It was never necessary until now. All right, Sapo, make a battery for me. It'd also be really nice to have like illuminated everything. Some more batteries to store more power. And then once I have a little bit more power storage, I will expand hydroponics yet again. Maximum hydroponics. Oop, there goes the lights. And then any spots here that need to get filled in, because they are compacted steel, I'm going to just mine out the steel now. I'm not supposed to die, huh? That was only a little coughing fit. I'm good. I will start to move the stone cutter down as well, yeah, to the new chunks. I'll put it in the storeroom for now. I don't have a workshop excavated just yet. And then, wouldn't hurt to have some additional light. I'll just put a light there. And maybe a light here. Oh, that's waterproof circuit. Don't need that. Oh, I hit even more steel. Awesome. So at night, this charges up, and then during the day, it will discharge. I might need to add some more generators. We'll see. And of course, I want to move away from wood fire quickly because I do have a finite. I mean, I have a nice surplus of wood for now, 3,700, but within a season or two, that will disappear quick. Like it does. All right. And now to start to get the stockroom to be a stockroom or storeroom, we'll be moving these shelves down. Maybe I'll have a hole here so that we can continue the hallway. Something like that. Hey! A Volvo crab. I like the name. Oh, looking brighter now. Thank you, Sapo. That's very nice. We have some illumination. I could use single shelves. I could. I'd rather fill in the whole room with doubles for now. Okay, these are not connected correctly. There we go. Perfect. The other thing I have to worry about is not using up too many regular components before we can get fabrication, because then I don't have a means to make more, which is not ideal. So, be efficient with my resource usage. Very efficient. All right, question for all of you. What should I work towards right now? Additional food security, adding more power and hydroponics, defenses like traps and tunnels, colonist happiness, recreation, dining, etc. Crafting, a workshop and storage, or something that you suggest. Fewer suggestions. And then as far as research goes, I'm just going to get advanced lights for now. That's kind of a no-brainer given my power consumption and usage. And then I'll have you guys vote. Hey, we got our first harvest of rice. I like it. So that means I want to start to get some shelving. So I'm going to move this kitchen a little bit and put some shelves around it for a variety of ingredients that we immediately draw from, which will be high priority, and then sort of a pantry design here. So maybe here I'll include single shelving in some spots so that we have sort of a moving pantry area. So this is where we cook, and then this is where we store food and other things that we don't necessarily need immediately. And then this pantry concept can continue like that, right? So that's sort of maximum movement for storage ratio. That way you don't have to crawl over shelves, but also we can store an utter nonsensical amount of food in there if we need to, which we might want to. Come on, keep planting. If you wonder if we raise kids underground, we'll have opportunities to make them undergrounders, I have no idea. We'll see. There are dirt mole people, which might have genes geared towards being undergrounders, but I don't know that for certain either. I haven't dug in enough. So my planters... Kadath, what do you work? Oh, you're out here. All right, let's quit the Tinctoria. And we have some mad toxalopes. So, let's see. I'm not wed to the beds we have right now. I would be happy making some additional beds, but I'm going to rally the forces here for some toxalope defense. One more minute to vote on that poll. So here are the toxalopes. Ideally, I want to kill them, like, so that they're quite far away from things we care about. Because they outgas, poison when they die. And I don't want none of that. So keep it away from me. I'm going to have Tech Noir. Why aren't you... Oh, because I didn't have research queued up. Tech Noir and Kadath. Kadath, you'll be farming. And Tech Noir is researching and stone cutting. Get it. Okay, that was a... There you go, there you go. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ah, get back. Hopefully... Luckily, I'm pretty sure none of you are World War I mustard gas survivors. But yeah. That is some maximum fartage. Is there other angry toxalopes? I thought there were 3 up here. No, that one's not manhunted. It didn't tox my clean land. Exactly. So if we overlay the allowable zones, you know, we did a pretty good job sniping them out before it became an issue. So here, this is going to be my pantry. So foods in plant matter and herbal meds and wort. And then I'll use the linkings in a minute. What happens if it hits the front door? It's a temporary cloud, so... Okay, so this, copy, and let's start linking. There we go. Now all the settings are being pasted. It looks like you all want additional food security. So work on food security and expand the base. Can they be butchered? I will check in a minute. So let's get a butcher table. I'm not going to put I'll put the butcher table here. I don't want it in my kitchen because it's a dirty object. And for now, I think I'm good with just the shelves that I currently have queued up. I'm not going to expand that anymore. Eyes on Dragon and Cywolf Reaper, thank you for the resubs. Okay, we are starting to excavate where we want bedrooms. So I might as well just go and do that. I guess technically dye is a plant matter, but that's not exactly what I had in mind. Oh well. So these storages here is going to be like raw vegetarian, raw meat, and I'll put them as important. And then over here can be psychoid. And then here can be meals. So all meals except for package survivals. And then if I select like this... Well, actually, let's copy first. Copy settings. No, that setting was wrong. No, it looks like no, this one has the right setting. So copy settings. Link them all together. Paste settings, and now they're all the same. It treats it like one big stockpile. That way, we should see the wood hauled off of that, which would be correct. Now I just hope they allow you to link hydroponic basins together. How does the family system work? You'll find out, won't you? Don't get ahead of yourself. I can't show things that I don't have access to show, right? Well, I hope. Maybe I'll lay out the stockroom in a similar fashion to this room, where I have it as a sort of horseshoe-styled containers. Yeah, I'm playing pretty blind. I was actually taking care of a real-life baby before the stream, so I don't really have a lot of advanced knowledge that you guys wouldn't have. Because real-life babies are a little bit harder to take care of than fictional RimWorld babies. Believe it or not. It's weird, right? You'd think they'd be so easy, but they just aren't. I don't get it. So Mr. Woodbench, I'm going to make this important. Oh, and we're gathering to celebrate a marriage. I don't have a good room for that. But okay, I think it's too late to put down a marriage spot, so I'm not going to override them. Oh, you know what? I don't have to override them. The wedding just got canceled. The Venom Psychers showed up. So here are wasters. A waster is a different gene type. So they have super immunity. They have anti-toxic lungs. So they're immune to tox gas. Aggressive. Ugly. Gaunt head. Gray hair. Slate gray skin. Pollution stimulus, meaning they gain stat bonuses when they're exposed to pollution. That is also true of bugs, mind you. So these bugs also have pollution stimulus. So these bugs move at 120% speed with 5% additional consciousness. A little scary. Let's take a look at their... They suck at cooking, taming, art. They're dependent on Psychite, but they aren't able to get... yeah, and this one's a wake-up addict. Or rather, addicted to wake up, but not actually an addict. And they're coming in. And they're Psychite dependent, so they go into comas if they don't get their fix. I think that they're probably going to end up getting killed by bugs. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. All right. I'm not even gonna witness. Bye-bye, Jet. Bye-bye, Rare. Bye-bye, Razak. You guys are downed. All right, Butcher Creature. If you take a look at the bills here, you can actually see what potential inputs there are now as a hover. And I'm going to allow us to dip our toes to get the Toxalopes. We're down to 25 meals, but I am starting to get rice, and we're starting to harvest. And I'm still working on the food security. I'm just trying to set up everything else. A lot of things to do at once. Beer brewing's done. And Psychic Brewing. So what research am I going to get after Psychic Brewing will be up to you. Some of these options aren't really valid anymore, like smithing and machining could lead to gunsmithing, because that would be like defenses and armaments. But, yeah, I'll let you guys vote on that. Make sure to keep these fuller. than what they were. Let's go for another batch of wood. We kind of want to be in a situation where the batteries are never full and they're never empty. And here we go. We have some toxalope meat. I do have a good cook in the community, so I don't think it would be a terrible idea for me to make some fine meals. Who cooks? I forget. Shield does. Shield the chef. And that will help to stretch our food as well. All right, that's a normal quality. Good quality. Oh, look, getting better. Normal quality. Okay. Those beds I'm just going to break down. We're still working on the bedrooms. It looks like researching colonist recreation for psychoid, music, television, that kind of stuff might be the priority here. I don't even have a dining room, so I would take that as a research that and work towards a dining room. But here is our first bedroom. And this will be shield and chaise. Toxalope meat sounds appetizing. No one's having an issue with it. I mean, other than if you were a vegetarian or vegan. All right, I am getting a little bit of warning that I have roles unfulfilled. So we're going to have a bit of a vote here in a second. And it looks like I'm going to work on recreation. So work on food security and recreation. Got it. As far as recreation goes, that to me means I need a dining room. So I'm going to get a dining room up. Should we worry about going mad with the toxic meat? I don't know. We'll see. It's not a lot of meat that we're eating. It does spoil pretty fast. Let's stop refilling that. So, a dining room. I think it would be really cool to have like a 3x3 mega table in the center. Also, if I want better recreation, I'm going to need to grow some cloth or cotton, because that is required for a lot of the good rec stuff. So that's another on the to-do list. So Cam, let's, because I can always reinstall this, let's get you started on this. Xenius the Second, thank you for the bits, and welcome. Ooh, a hydrate. Cheers. I'll take that. And we have some people passing by. So as you can see, one of the things that they, much the way that RimWorld, when they enter a cold or hot tile, they'll try to wear appropriate clothing. Travelers around here will be wearing cloth masks and gas masks to protect themselves from the environment. So they're doing that automatically. Oh, we are getting our potato harvest. That's awesome. So considering that we're actually getting crops out here, I think it's probably too late in the season to actually plant anything that isn't fast growing. But for future seasons, it might be possible to actually get some yield out of that. So you guys wanted me to focus on recreation, and I'm going to get tube TV. Because, I mean, that's recreation, isn't it? Let's go for it. Let's go ahead and install a light in here, so you can see what the hell we're doing. And these lights, because they're advanced lights, only take 15 watts. And then the other thing you can do is you can change the colors and copy the colors and default it to black light colors or default colors. I'm going to leave the default colors for now, but eventually we will style up the base, so don't worry. That is coming. And it is time for me to move this table already. Alright. For now, because I don't have cloth, I will be setting up the recreation with just a chessboard. And then how's it, if it's not better than good, I'll just delete it. Zappo, I'm pretty sure I didn't want you building that. Not that either. You can start on the chess table, that's fine, I guess. Alright, this stool can be installed there for Tech Noir. Poor stool breaks. Normal stool break. Normal stool break. Is there a horseshoe pin? There's about to be. It's not much of a room yet. But like all vaults, it starts modest. Alright, I think, given that it's August the 9th, I am not going to allow sowing anywhere. I don't think that we're going to get another yield. Alright, so now I have a horseshoe pin as well. And if you're wondering, we've been eating the meals, and there's no ill effects as a result of eating the toxalote meat. No one has health conditions that I don't know about or anything like that. The dining room east door is in the... Oh, yeah, it is in the wrong position. Not on purpose. I'll break it. So if you guys want drugs and... Probably it's... It kind of violates the laws of thermodynamics or whatever, but one of the things that you can do in RimWorld is you can plant more crops that yield more chem fuel than it takes to power the crops. Basically, it's a feedback loop. And that's exactly what I'm going to take advantage of. So I'm going to plant a bunch of crops like rice, and then turn the rice into chem fuel to power the base. Because that's going to be a lot more yield than if I plant a fiber corn. Fiber corn's another alternative, it's just not as fast. And pretty soon here, we're going to have proper bedrooms. Now, I do need the counselor role filled. So once this is dug up, I will work towards that. DLC looks like an insta-buy. I don't usually tell people how to spend their money, but I don't think you'll be dissatisfied. Yeah, I don't actually have storage near the near here to put the chunks. That's true. I don't really have anyone on high priority hauling, nor do I plan on having anyone do high priority hauling for a bit. And there goes the toxalote meat. Now, of course, we could always hunt, but I don't have the gas mask to allow me to do overland travel safely. So I'm going to hold off on hunting until we can do that without, you know, getting harmed. One big construction project is going to be to smooth out a lot of walls, because there's a lot of walls that are going to need to be smooth for us to be able to run power around the base. But it will look very nice once it's done, because all of the cables, for the most part, will be embedded in the walls and not running throughout the base, which will then offer a pretty high fire prevention for the base compared to vanilla, or without doing that. And it will improve construction skill. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Nice. They're awful, awful, awful bedrooms, but, you know, whatever. One of the things I can do is actually try to spruce up the bedrooms a little bit as a priority. But I think with the addition of bedrooms, once I feel like we aren't gonna potentially starve very quickly, I can start to allow children to be introduced. Once we are definitely not going to starve to death. And we have the ability to make baby food. So taking a look at baby food. Baby food I can make out of vegetarian ingredients. So I don't really need to mix it in with meat, which is good because I am not going to have a lot of meat, I don't think. All right. And I think I will also do a day of high priority hauling. Just to get things where they belong. Do I plan on it becoming self-sufficient? Somewhat. Yeah. I think relying upon getting resources from the outside is dangerous. Dangerous to everybody, so it would be best if we didn't have to do that. It's an ant colony. For now, it's rough, but it will get on rough soon. All right, so there's our high priority rice. Looking nice. Pulling everything down. Tube television's done. And I am going to research, let's see, harp. And then I'll have you guys pick what is next. So there's the next queue. All right, things are getting hauled. We no longer have all our treasure right next to the entryway, which is probably good to not have. Cam, I'm going to have you come off of high priority haul so you can start constructing. And then Kadath, you are going to come off of high priority haul so you can start farming. I'll probably end up planting all possible benches in this room before introducing a new grow zone. So that's all potential benches. Oh, bye-bye power. This chest table's good. This one is also good, so it doesn't matter which one I use. And I will also queue up simple meals. Let's have them leave the packaged survival meals alone. Because the packaged survival meals can be travel meals once we have protective clothing. So once we get a batch of simple meals, and let's make until we have 6 people, so let's make until like 13. Which means Shield, you're coming off of high priority hauling as well. I'll turn off the packaged meals to be eaten. So now, go down to simple. And simple meals are not going to include, they don't include packaged survival meals. Drug policies, for now, is going to be no drugs. If they find drugs out there, like the smoke leaf, I don't want them smoking it. What's the layout that's 1 deep going along the entrance? That is for a fire break. So if we have a fire in the base, I need to be able to vent out the heat from the fire. Oh, Cam, you are pregnant. First trimester. All right. That accelerates some stuff. Prepare for Cam's pregnancy. Already getting babies. So it looks like we're going to do defensive and armaments, but yeah, we're going to need to start preparing for Sapo and Cam's kid. Everyone is still trying not to get pregnant, but it's not perfect. And I still think that I want to avoid pregnancy for now because it's a little too early, a little too dangerous. But man, everybody really likes one another except for, yeah, almost everybody really likes one another, which is really, really good. Very happy about that progress. What? Oh, Steel is son of Tech Noir. Yeah, alright. I couldn't enable the mod that stops relationships with random people from happening because it was not up to date. So there's going to be some weird random relationships out here. They are just a random visitor. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dev delete. I don't even know how to do that. Destroy. Sorry, Steel. Never existed. Unannounced pregnancy. Alright, quest available, Prisoner Twiggy. Kenneth Curry, Divine Pope of the Nation of Naum, wants you to stash a special prisoner for him. 30-year-old jailbird named Twiggy knows embarrassing information about Kenneth's opinions. And you want her to be stashed here so that we can learn about you? Twiggy has paralytic abasia. And here is the rewards. A heavy SMG masterwork and a slab bed masterwork, a chain shotgun masterwork, or goodwill. Do we accept Twiggy? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Have you vote for 2.5 minutes. All right. Kadath. And who's the other grower? Shield. Let's get farming. Hey, Poetic Artist. You're welcome for all the content. And thank you for the resub. I do still need the counselor role. So our ideological roles is just mayor and counselor. Sort of not religious, very generic, on purpose. So this section here, I'm going to make psychoid. This will be cotton. And then this here will be hops. And this will be cotton as well. Trying to introduce some additional crop. So this is cotton. I don't think it can reach the power cable though. I don't know if we'll be able to reach that. We'll see. Harp is done. And what'd you guys vote on? Gunsmithing. You voted on defense and armaments. Okay, it can't reach, so. There. That update will fix it. Oh, we have another raid. Prepare a while. And it's Deckit and Kit. One's a wimp. A delicate wimp. Okay, that's going to be easy to kill. And the other is ugly. They have slightly different xenogenes. Actually, one has a bunch of xenogenes. The other has germline genes. Germline is like... sort of the concept is germline genes are naturally inherited genes, and then xenogenes are the derived from implants. So Kit here has a bunch of xenogenes like great crafting, great intellectual, and xenogenes can be pulled out of people's bodies to genetically engineer, which we might get to And it looks like you guys do want Twiggy, so let me have you guys vote on what reward to accept for Twiggy. So Twiggy was what reward? Heavy, SMG, and slab bed. Masterwork. Chain, shoddy, masterwork, or goodwill. It also means that I need to get some sort of prison, because I don't have an appropriate facility for Twiggy to sleep in. So I'm going to set up another 7x7 here for Twiggy. All right, they're beginning their assault. My shooters are going to come. I don't want them burning my farm, so come out a little bit. There, use the cover of the door. All right, the delicate one died in like a single shot. I'm going to break line of sight so he has to lose the cover of the chunks. And then, oh, you're going to burn my corn? Get out of here, deck it. No, get out of here. Quit burning my corn. This is exactly why I didn't want to rely upon an external farm, because there's the opportunity to lose it because of shooters. There we go. Deck it's down. And we'll put the fires out. I also need to do something with their bodies. I don't have a crematorium yet. I don't really want to use up all of my arable land by burying people, so I'm going to want a crematorium at some point. You have clothing I don't really care about. Shay, are you one of the doctors? No. Shield, are you a doctor? No. Okay, I was thinking, Kanath, are you a doctor? No. I was thinking of getting them doctors training here, but nobody here cares for medicine, so I'm not going to force it. Throw the bodies in the water? I could. They don't decay very fast. It would be best if I had some sort of crematorium, so that I can actually get rid of them proper. I wonder why we haven't mined this out. Ooh, silver ore. And it's somewhere I'm not going to be for a long time. So Chain Shoddy wins by just like a vote or two. So I'm going to wait on accepting the quest until I actually have facilities to put Twiggy into, because currently I don't. And I'm going to build a little bit of the avenue now, so that we can accelerate move speed in and around the base. That means Cam and Sapo need to get building. Oh, wow, you're puking? Oh, because morning sickness. Yep. I've seen that firsthand. That's a pretty good amount of veg, though. We have 1,400 or so. And Kadath, you have gutworms. Oh, even more puke. Are there toxic AI that roam the whole map? Yes. You mean by animals? Yeah, there are toxalopes and waste rats that roam the map here. I guess there's a warg out here as well. Because there's not a lot of creatures to predate, I gotta be careful because I'm probably very high on the to eat list for things like a warg. So Cam, what are you working on? You're throwing horseshoe pins. Can you guys like do the construction stuff? Okay, there's the last bench. Good. Min-maxing that brings me joy. And then I'm going to put 2 lights in here so that we don't fail because of low light level. Maybe not Glitterworld meds for Kadath. Let's go with herbal. Oh, actually, Glitterworld, well, I'm going to go with industrial. Because gutworms is cured once you hit 300%. The other thing, though, is that I want to do it maybe in a bed that is illuminated for tend quality. And then I want to hit them with Cam, who's also happens to be the constructor. So we'll hit it. Let's see. This bed moves here, and that is now a hospital bed. I'm going to try to maximize the percent at which I gain gutworm cure so that I don't have to spend time sick for no reason. No, go to your hospital bed here. You're really not listening to me, are you? You're really not listening. There we go. Cam. Tend. And 100%. Good. So even with the power generators I currently have, we are browning out. It's good to know. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Doomsday Vault, which streamed live on Twitch October 21st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, and it also has a link to Twitch. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, fellow Vaulter.